And you know what? What is missing in our life today? What is missing in your life today? It is actually something called sensitivity quotient. Sensitivity quotient is the thing that's missing in our life today. And why? The internet. Does the internet connect us? Or the internet disconnect us? And this is what happened. When you go around, you see everyone on their handphone. Is that right? And the next thing you see is where people say, how come I don't know? When there's a suicide or death of someone. And you said, how come I don't know he or she is going through the depression? Why? Why did they kill themselves? It's because we're not sensitive to the people around us anymore. So internet actually brings the people who are closer to you, who are far away. On Facebook, I have friends who are in New York, Canada, London, and we're all connected. But yet, it brings the people next to you furthest away from you. And why is that so? For example, as you're sitting here, how many of you would have said hello to the person on your right and to the person on your left? How many knows your neighbor? How many of you would have known their name and the depth of who they are and what they're doing? So it is important. So sensitivity quotient for family and friends. And recently we started some restaurants. And you know what? All the time I see children on their handphone. And in our restaurant, the Steamboat restaurant, and we see parents putting the iPhone or the technology, iPad in front of the child, and the child is eating. But their eyes and their mind is actually on the handphone. And all they do is they open and close their mouth because their helper is feeding them. So actually, they are there, but they are not there. Physically, they are there with you, but they are not there at the same time. And last week, this is a picture I picked up from my friend's Facebook. This is called a cousins gathering. And everyone's on handphone. So it's actually, it brings us further apart, even though we're there. So it is actually about quality of time, not the quantity of time. So actually, if you're with your family, your friends, your loved ones, put your phone aside and spend time with them. And that is important to connect with them. SQ at workplace. Sensitivity quotient at workplace. So I read this article about the stewardess on flight. And she was walking up and down and she noticed a girl sitting there, a bit messy, but have fear in her eyes. But she was seated next to a guy who was well-groomed. But because of a sensitivity quotient, she noticed that something was wrong. She kind of signaled to the girl to go to the toilet because she left a pen and paper in the toilet. And then to her horror, she went in and she found this word, helped. And the stewardess notified the pilot. The pilot called the police, and when the plane landed, they arrested the man, and her SQ actually saved the girl from human trafficking. So it's actually your sensitivity quotient at your workplace. Are you sensitive enough at your workplace to see things, to get it done? So back to my restaurant. So I have a chef for 30 years, and I said, we're going to launch this dish called the lobster army stew. Can you do it, and can we take a picture of it? So he said, okay, here it is, boss, here is the lobster stew. And then I looked at it and said, where's the lobster? He says, there. So I said, I look again, I said, I can't really see it. He said, well, it's there. So half the time when we go to work, when we need something, a lot of us just give it half-hearted. The work we do is half-hearted. He just put everything on the plate, and then he gives it and he shows it on a pot. And I said, can you do a bit better than that? Can we see the lobster? He said, sure. So he came up with this. And I said, wow, that's the lobster, but it looks terrible. So I said, can you do something with it again? Can you make it a bit better? And he said, okay, here it is. He said, I cut open the lobster, so it looks, you can see the flesh. I said, no, can you put your heart into it? Not just your eyes, but your heart into what you do. And after some time, he came up with this. And this is where his work of 30 years experience is put in to cook and show the most delicious dish called the army stew, lobster army stew. So it's actually about seeing things with your heart and not just with your eyes. A lot of us see things, but we don't put our heart to use to make it better. So this is your heart, right? So when you see a problem and gap, or you see something that you need to do in your company, your office, or among your loved ones, you add value to the things that you do. And you take action and put excellence into it, and you have positive outcome. And that's a promise. And so I talk about one of my staff. This guy came from a construction worker. And he came to help me because we need to renovate and scale our businesses. And he came. And I said, hey, we need to renovate the shop. He said, no problem, I'll help you with the renovation. So he did everything. Then we said, we need tables. We need Gothic-looking tables for our fashion accessories. He said, I can make them. So he's a maker. So he made them and a Gothic-looking table that you can't find. It's in a picture. And then we said, we need someone to help us to go and buy the menswear as well. He says, okay. He went and he helped us with buying and became a merchandiser and buyer as well for fashion. And then he even went on to make a rack for me because I have a lot of jackets. He made a rack for me to hang my jackets. And he made a portable bar counter for my office so that we can serve drinks during break time. And everything that we needed, he was there for us. And he put the effort to do it well. And you know what, today, he's a business owner back in his own country. And because he put excellence, he added value, and he put the best of what he can do. And that attitude has given him the edge, the better than the rest of the people. So it's about putting your heart into what you do, and soon you'll see the difference and how you impact your life and the lives of others. So SQ among your surrounding. And this is where it is, around you, right? So I think most of the time you see this nowadays. When you go out and something happens, everyone flips up the phone and take videos and photos of it. When something happens. And this is true because recently there was a boy, 12 years old, who went to help the victim of an accident because he said the adults were busy filming and nobody responded to help. So are we adding values to the people around us and to everything that we do? So SQ is about you putting the effort, excellence into the things you do. And change makers are people who actually have high SQ. Because when they see things, they see the problem, within their heart they find the solution and they do their best to solve it. And these are change makers, and all of you can be change makers. And I talk about going out of your job school. A lot of us, it is our job school. This is my teacher, Miss E. And she realized that I was actually a student and without focus and without purpose. And she came up to me and she said, what is your vision? And I came out with a story and said, oh, I want to be an entrepreneur by 21, start my business at 21, be a millionaire by 25, and retire at 45. But every year she will ask me, what is your vision? Are you getting there? Even way after I finished school, I went to London, I came back, every year she will buy me my Christmas lunch, my favorite chicken rice. And she asked me, are you achieving your dreams? And I would love to tell her I have achieved every part of the dream that I shared with her. But the only thing is, she died in a Silk Air crash. I never able to thank her for it. But you know what? I carry on her spirit of giving, and I'm mentoring as many youth as I can, because that belief that she has put in me is the belief I'll put into every youth, because you can do it if you put your sensitivity quotient to it and put your excellence to what you do. So when I started this 15 minutes change, because I was inspired by this young guy I met. I met him in an event, at an F1 event, and that was about 7-8 years ago. I looked at him and said, hey, young man, what are you doing at this event? He said, I'm a part-time waiter at the F1 paddock area. I said, good. I said, you look young. What do you hope to be? What is your dream? It's the same thing as my teacher asked me, what is your dream? He said, well, I hope to be an actor, a host, as well as stand-up comedian. And then 7-8 years have passed. I met him at the SG 50 event, and he came up to me and said, hi Elim, remember me? I'm the guy who met you at the F1 event. My name is Fas. And you know what? I came to thank you because the 15 minutes you spent time talking to me about showing me direction and what I can do with my life. Because he told me that he's actually a street kid and that he is not highly educated. And I took 15 minutes to share with him how he can make his life better. And he said, because of your 15 minutes, my life has changed. Today, I'm an award-winning actor, stand-up comedian, and host. And you know what? It only takes 15 minutes of my time. And today, I hope you'll take 15 minutes of your time to spend time to the person next to you. And because of him, I've decided to start the 15 minutes change. So if you can leave here, what you want to do is to leave here and take an idea with you, right? Is to take 15 minutes a day to spend time with people around you. If you can't do it 15 minutes a day, once a week, once a month, once a year, to spend time asking the person around you, how are you? And spend time with them and impact them if you can. So SQ is for change makers. You are here because you want to take an idea with you. You're here because you want to be a change maker. And change makers have high SQ. And for that, you can make this world a better place. So, to me, I think SQ could be the secret to success. For example, I'm very impressed by this event. In fact, I'm very impressed with the NTU team. Give them a big hand. This is Tedx NTU team. Because I've been to so many events, I do speaking engagements all around the world. I realized that this team, there are 200 volunteers, but they have put their SQ into it. They did their very best to make sure the speakers is very best, and to make sure you, at the end, is also getting the impact as well. And the event is very well run because they put their SQ into it and the excellence into it. And I believe that if everyone take up that spirit of that sensitivity quotient, you add value to your life and to the life of others. You put excellence to all the things that you do. You know what? You will be above the rest of the people. You'll be successful, because all my friends that are successful in their life and in their career, in their business, in their home, in their families, all have this SQ quotient in them. And I hope that with this session, you will actually build and awaken the SQ in you to make the difference for yourself, for the people around you, as well as creating impact for this world to be a better place to live in. Thank you.